Hey, what's going on guys? Alex here, and we are back for another video. This video is going to be on how to hire a new VA, and a VA stands for virtual assistant. So I'm going to keep this video under 15 minutes. I'm going to wing it per usual. The reason I am doing this video is because I'm actually in the process of hiring a new VA. The one that I've had for the past few months is actually leaving me. She had some type of family crisis, and unfortunately, she will no longer be able to work for me for the next couple months. So I'm in the process of hiring someone new while she's still doing tasks for me. I'm going to be hiring someone for her replacement. So I'm in the middle of this right now, and I figured I'd share how I go about it because I think everyone, no matter who you are, could use a personal VA. Whether it's for your business, whether it's for your emails, whatever the reason is, there's no reason not to hire someone to do $5 an hour tasks for you because your time is worth much more than $5 an hour. All right. So here's the site that I use. I use Upwork.com. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I use Upwork.com, and as you can see here, I just created a new posting. I've received 39 new proposals in the past 21 hours. What you're going to want to do, and this does take some upfront work, here's how I do it. You just don't want to hire anyone. What you want to do is create a job manual. So here's the job manual that I created. This is for my real estate agent side. I basically have sections of who we are, what we do, what I'm looking for, what this pays, what this eventually might pay, the hours to start, things like that. And here are training videos that I've done. I use Screencast-O-Matic for my training videos, by the way. So I have a bunch of training videos on here for VAs and for the videos that I make for you guys as well. So you want to create, again, a job manual. And basically, your first posting, all I do is copy and paste page 1 into Upwork, and then I start getting proposals. All right. Once the proposals start coming in, what I do is have a hiring protocol. So I basically have hoops that they have to jump through in order to get to the final stage of having a face-to-face Skype meeting with me. All right. So usually I'll probably have 80 to 100 proposals. I'll respond to all of them with message 1. And message 1 is an introduction video basically saying, thanks for applying for a job with us. If you want to watch it, here it is. And again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll show. Hello, my name's Alex, and I want to thank you for applying for a job with Red Tree Real Estate. This is a 2 to 3 part interview process where we're going to select the best candidate. All right, so to keep this video short, I just wanted to show you kind of the first few seconds of that. But as you can see here, I haven't watched that, which is going to give them details of what to do on the next step. What I want to find out, the whole purpose of this is to just learning from my past mistakes. I know I need someone with good internet speed. So one of the first hoops they have to go through is they have to send me a screenshot. And here's a training video on how to do that on their current internet speed. These are people that are going to be living in the Philippines, Southeast Asia, South America, anywhere in the world really, where $5 an hour goes a long way for them. And you want to make sure that their internet is good. You don't want to have someone that has slow internet. All right, so that's one of the things that I look for with the first step. I also have them do an application. So I created this job application using Google Drive. But basically, I just have their name, how many hours they're looking for. They had dependable laptop, what country they are, and just some basic stuff. I just want them to fill this out and send me their internet speed for step 1. All right. Once they do that and they email me, which you'll see I have a bunch of emails here. Today I responded to a bunch of people with step 2. And here's step 2 in my protocol. So message 2 is basically I want to see if they can access certain websites that I'm going to need them to use for certain tasks. And I also want to see if they have access to TeamViewer. TeamViewer is how they can remotely use one of your computers if it's something to do with Craigslist or something that for whatever reason in their country they're not able to access certain sites out here. TeamViewer solves that problem. So I have them send me a screenshot of certain sites that I need them to be on and the fact that they have TeamViewer as well. That's basically message 2. Once they do that, I'm going to respond. Again, not everyone's going to respond to you. What you're doing is weeding out the unmotivated people. What you're looking for is a motivated VA. Motivated VA who wants to work hard for you for $5 an hour. And if they do a good job after 90 days, I usually give them a raise, and that keeps them for a little while, and eventually they might ask for another raise, and $10 an hour might get eventually maybe you, who knows. But you want a motivated VA that actually follows directions. So if they're doing all these tasks that you're asking them to do specifically, then chances are they're going to be a good VA for you. All right, so more people get weeded out. I just showed you message 2. So the next message I'm going to send them is I'm going to have them watch a training video, and I'm going to send them my job manual, and I'm going to have them take a quiz. I want them to know what they're getting into. I want them to know how many hours they should expect, what hours I'm going to need them, what time zone I'm in. I want them to answer those questions on the quiz so that they know and they have no excuse that, oh, you never told me this or that, right? So they're going to answer the questions on the quiz, and they need at least a 70 to pass on to the next step. So I have them watch the training video. I also, what else do I have them do? I have them join GroupMe, which is how I communicate with them. I use GroupMe, which is an app that you can download on your phone. It's a great way to communicate with your VA. So you want to have them download this app and send you a message. And again, this is before you ever hire someone. This is the hiring process, right? So imagine trying to do this after you hire someone. And then you find out that they don't have the capability to do some of these. You just wasted a bunch of time. So this is a great way before you hire someone to have them jump through hoops that you're going to want them to do either way, right? So I have them watch a training video right before I hire them. I have them read my job manual. I have them answer quizzes. I have them take the quiz. They have to pass the quiz. They have to join GroupMe, and they have to send me their Skype info. Now, out of these people, once after stage 3, then what we usually do is set up a Skype call. I select maybe 3 to 5 people that I think are good fits based off the application. So I don't read anyone's application until this final step. Whoever makes it to this last step, this last hoop, so to speak, then gets time for an interview. And basically what I'm looking for an interview is someone who I think I'd enjoy working with, right? Someone who I don't mind communicating with, because you're going to be communicating with this person on a daily basis, right? So you have to make sure that's somebody that you actually want to work with. Basically, can I trust them? Are they friendly? Can I trust them? Do I want to work with them? That's kind of my criteria. But you'll probably come down to about maybe 10 to 15 people at this last stage. You'll select the best 3 to 5 based off the answers on the quiz, based off how fast their internet connection is, based off if they followed all these other steps. Then you'll set a Skype call with them and make your decision from there. All right. So again, we're only on about 7.5 minutes so far. This is a really brief again, way that I hire my virtual assistants, and this has been super helpful for me. I used to wing it. I used to just go on Upwork, or at the time it was Odesk, and simply just hire anyone, and then I'd have to, sometimes they would just leave, sometimes they wouldn't do the task, sometimes I would just let them go and have to hire someone new. This is a much better way to do it. And again, for only $5 an hour. If you have any tasks that are a $5 an hour task, which I'm sure you have a bunch, then there's no reason not to hire someone to do that for you. I mean, it's a huge time saver, and it's only benefited me in the end. And I already have another VA who does my my ads, but this is someone who I do for emails. Just imagine if you had somebody do at least 50% of your emails each day. It's gonna save you a ton of time and give you a lot more freedom at the end of the day. So again, I'm making a case right now why you should hire a VA. I'm giving you my outline. I'm showing you how I go about it. And what else did I want to say with this? Yeah, so keep in mind, I mean, this is another skill set, learning how to manage people and hiring and firing, and what tools to use. So your first skill set when it comes to wholesaling lease options, you're going to want to be good at sales, right? You're going to want to get good on the phone, talking with sellers before you worry about this stuff, I think. But after you start getting good on the phone and communicating, then eventually you're going to need help, right? You're going to need help people because there's going to be a lot more tasks to be done, and this would be your next stage. But I'd even say get started now. I mean, get started practicing hiring in good VAs. Have them start at $5 an hour, maybe 5 hours a week, right? Just to get them started. It's not going to cost you much money, and maybe have them do some basic stuff, see if they're trustworthy, and then that could be somebody that's going to be with you in the long run. I've had the same VA that's doing my ads for about 5 to 6 years. He's been the same VA, no, maybe even more. He's been with me. So once you find somebody good, hopefully they'll be with you, forever, and they're really a huge asset to what I do. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. Again, if you want access to live seller calls on a weekly basis, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit that bell, and thank you for watching. Look out for the next one.